Today, a variety of manufactured homes are available to people looking for affordable housing. From the wheeled and aproned enclosure unabashedly called a trailer to the bricked-in, decked-in, double and triple wide manufactured home, these provide home buyers an alternative to the more expensive site-built home. The average price for a manufactured home is in the $30,000 range, while the average site-built home costs around $80,000. It's no wonder, as traditional housing is less and less affordable, that manufactured housing's popularity increases steadily. While some of these homes are on the outside virtually indistinguishable from their site-built counterparts, comparisons show consistently higher average heating and cooling costs for manufactured homes, often ranging from 3 to 4 times more. This situation represents a major energy concern for the state of South Carolina.
I'm Dr. Larry Golan, Director of the South Carolina Energy Research and Development Center. The Energy Center is located on that Clemson campus and was founded in 1981 by legislative act. Its mission is to promote energy research and development in and for the state of South Carolina. And for that mission statement, it's not surprising to find that we're involved with energy research on manufactured houses. South Carolina has the largest percentage of manufactured houses of any state in the United States.
To determine the most important needs in manufactured housing, the Energy Center enlisted a steering committee made up of representatives from the manufactured housing industry, the South Carolina Governor's Energy Office, the South Carolina Consumer Affairs Office, and the Energy Center.
I believe that what we're going to do is tell everyone what they can do to lower their energy cost, and then I think it'll be up to them to decide if they want to do it or not. We just need to know. We don't know at this point.
I think this will give the Energy Center the information necessary, or the hard data that's necessary, to present it to the necessary officials, I guess, that could make changes to help the people who are purchasing these types of homes build them better. And since an extensive research project such as is being done at the Energy Center has never really been done, I think this will definitely show the people what the problem is.
Based on the recommendations of our steering committee, we've come at the manufactured housing research from 2 different angles. One, with surveys of people that are actually living in these houses, and secondly, from the laboratory research. And we're going to take a look at those particular aspects now.
One direction the research has taken is based in the practical day-to-day reality of living in manufactured housing. To get at this information, the Energy Center devised a survey for mobile home dwellers. One key to the effectiveness of such a survey is finding the right population to work with.
You're probably not aware, but at least 17% of all houses in the state of South Carolina are manufactured houses. In some areas, that percentage is up to about 50%. And with a total residential energy bill of about $1 billion a year, the manufactured houses contribute significantly to that bill. In our initial survey that we started a couple years ago, we saw that the high and low monthly energy bills for people living in manufactured houses was at a wide disparity. And here at Jensen's, we've been offered an opportunity to continue that study. Being able to conduct this energy survey at Jensen's is a marvelous opportunity not only for the Energy Center, but for the state of South Carolina. First of all, it gives us a very large number of homes at which we can collect information and data from. Secondly, the people that live in these houses are all of the same age, roughly the same age. And that's very nice because it starts to limit some of the variables in any kind of a statistical analysis we try to do with this data. Thirdly, all of the houses are located in one complete microclimate, which then starts to eliminate some of the variables you get from other studies where the climate, the rain, the wind, the snow, and things of that nature will affect the energy consumption of the house. We also have a very nice influence here is that there's been a progression of homes being built from the late 60s and early 70s right up through to now. So we have houses that were built from pre-HUD regulations to the post-HUD regulations that were just enacted. With these kinds of variables, we feel that we can start to study the effects that go into the energy consumption in the house. And right now we're looking at three major variables that we believe may be contributors to either a high bill or a low bill. And one of them is the basic load that the house carries. This is something that you're going to have. You're going to have a bill regardless, just because the house is there. You have clocks, you have hot water heaters and things of that nature that are operating. So that'll contribute to a basic hotel load. On top of that, there's got to be an influence of the climate itself, how hot it is and how cold it is, or what technically was called a degree day concept. So we have a hotel load with a degree day addition to that, and then probably a big variable that's focused around the degree day concept is the lifestyle. How do the people live in these houses?
The survey the Energy Center devised was designed to describe each household's energy usage habits by asking questions like, where do you set your thermostat for heating and air conditioning? During which months do you run your heater or air conditioner? Is your water heater wrapped with insulation?
In order to collect the data necessary to complete our study, we had survey forms distributed to all residents of this community last week. And what you see going on behind me here is the collection phase of that particular program. We have the Energy Center students collecting all of the forms from the 565 residents. And let's listen in and see what's going on.
Hi, I'm Woody with the South Carolina Energy Center, and we're here collecting the surveys that were distributed last week. Did y'all have a chance to look through yours?
Yes, just a minute.
An essential part of this program is to gain access to the energy bills of the residents that are living in these homes.
And did y'all sign the back form, which was a release?
Right.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Therefore, as you just saw, the surveyor is requesting the residents to sign an energy release form so that we can get access to the bills from Santee Cooper, the local utility company. We're privileged to have Sam Livingston from Santee Cooper here today. Sam, can you tell us a little bit about how you think this program might help Santee Cooper, how it might interface with you?
Well, hopefully it will interface with our energy education program, in which we use to inform the general public things that they can do to make their home more energy efficient.
The utility company's cooperation and the residents' releases will allow the Energy Center to take power usage figures from an extended period of time and find their statistical relationship to the characteristics investigated in the survey.
Well, that completes the survey portion of our study. We have to get back to Clemson now to begin the data analysis. We expect that the data analysis is going to take us maybe 6 months to complete. When we've completed that analysis, we'll have a much better handle on what's really affecting the energy consumption in these houses. That information will be then fed into the laboratory work that we're doing. At Clemson, in the mechanical engineering department, we're studying the effects of insulation compression, the effects of moisture on insulation, and the effects that double, triple pane windows have on the energy consumption in your home. And with that, we hope to be able to affect the total energy study of the envelope of the house.
Here at the Mechanical Engineering Lab at Clemson, Dr. Ting Wong pursues the laboratory end of the Engineering Center's manufactured housing project.
This is a test apparatus we have designed for the fiberglass insulation compression effect. And basically that we have a box here, has 3 compartments. First compartment is for heating usage, the second one is installed insulation, and third compartment for cooling.
The plunger in the cooling compartment allows the insulation to be compressed to some fraction of its original thickness. Once the experimental thickness has been set, heat is applied in the heating compartment, and measurements are taken on the cool side of the insulation by means of thermocouples for measuring temperature, and a flux meter for measuring the flow of energy between the chambers. An automatic switching device takes readings from different points on the apparatus and sends them through a converter to be stored in the computer memory. Data will be taken for several days in any given experiment. The same apparatus will be used to study the effects of moisture on insulation.
Our preliminary result shows that for a dry case, if you compress insulation down to 50%, you lose about 35% of your R values. That means you lose about 35% of energy.
In manufactured homes, insulation can be compressed when it's installed between the chassis and the floor, or in narrow wall or ceiling spaces. Using a similar configuration, Dr. Wong is also measuring the effectiveness of multiple pane glass to find the best configuration as well as the most cost-effective one.
The reason we started window experiment is the question, how many panes window going to use? Most of us knows that use 2-pane windows is better than 1 pane, and 3-pane windows is better than 2 panes. But the question is whether it's worthwhile to use 3 panes because the energy savings is not so great. And also, you use 2-pane windows, what will be the best spacing between the windows? The reason that 2-pane windows is better than 1-pane windows, we know that we trap the air between the windows. The air is a very good insulation, so that you have a thicker air layer, you should have a better insulation. But a problem happens if you have a thicker air layer, also the air start to move, then you have natural convections, then you reduce your R value for windows.
While the experiments Dr. Wong conducts here at the Mechanical Engineering Lab at Clemson may appear esoteric and worlds away from the nearest trailer park, they are bound to have an impact on the future of this kind of housing.
So I don't think that it'll be a problem at all for us to get even more money for a greater savings. If we can get this down to a science like we think and show them a way that they can. I think Duke Power rated homes save 18% over a regular insulated home. So if we can save them another 18%, then I think that all our work will be, worthwhile. We're wanting to get the people more informed of what is happening. There's a greater percentage of the people now, they'll ask you, is this home RC rated, which is Duke Power's ratings, or is it standard? And we upgrade every home that we're selling today, where 10 years ago nobody even asked you.
We've got half of it already on the spot. We're going to take this half and pull it up to this one. It's already sitting there. It'll be blocked, and the floors will be leveled, and they'll be bolted together. Then the top will be rolled in, or we call that racking. It'll be racked together. Then we'll insulate all the way around this home. All these cracks where these two halves have been put together, we'll insulate with various types of insulation. Then we'll bond all this together from the outside. We'll put all of our metal, or in this case vinyl, on.
Well, the extra insulation's probably $1,000 more on the price of the home, but you'll probably save that in a couple of years. Probably it'll pay for itself, so I would imagine.
Take it out of here. Pull it on the road. Uh-oh.
The people we're dealing with are people that need all the savings that they can get. Most medium or low income families need their savings. And we're going to know from each study where we can best suit the public's needs and save them money.
Saving money for individual manufactured home dwellers has broader implications that will benefit the entire state.
Looks a lot better here than it did down yonder.
South Carolina has 40% of all new power hookups in the residential sector statewide are for manufactured housing. Some counties have over 80% of their new hookups are for manufactured housing. The state of South Carolina imports 95 to 98% of its energy resources. Therefore, all of the money that we spend, or 85% of the money we spend in energy, tends to leave the state. So by reducing the amount of money that's used on energy means more money can be kept within the state's economy, which could increase the state's economy by about $3 to $4 for every energy dollar that's saved. So it's an economic thing. It can really help the state of South Carolina's economy to reduce the amount of energy that we're using.
Trailers, mobile homes, or manufactured homes, whatever you call them, they're a large and growing part of South Carolina's and our country's housing markets. Tremendous energy savings depend on bringing the efficiency of these homes up to that of their site-built counterparts. Improvements can only be made intelligently when we understand the problems and what solutions work. This is the goal of the Energy Center's Manufactured Housing Project.
We're planning, after we can identify from our survey which are good houses and bad houses, to go back and do some blower door tests to see what infiltration rates are. We're also planning to go and do some thermography tests so we can get the leakage profiles, the thermal leakage profiles on the wall of a house. And once we have that, we will have the most comprehensive set of data on manufactured houses that are anywhere available in the United States. And to do that, we're going to need the support of the industry, and that'll be not only the manufactured housing industry, but the electrical industry and from the state government. We here at Clemson and the South Carolina Energy Center are prepared to move ahead with this project. We've made good progress, we've got a lot to do, and we're looking forward to our future involvement in energy research on manufactured homes.